If you would love to fix that dreaded over-the-top move from your golf swing causing the slice and overall general issues with your driver especially, then you need to understand that it's not just fixing the downswing that's going to get rid of that over-the-top move. You need to understand that we have to also look into our setup, how we take the club back, where we are at the top of the backswing, and then we can look at what's going on in transition in the start of the downswing. So we have to understand all of those things before we really begin to be able to fix that over the top. Now, I've just received a swing from a buddy of mine, Stuart, who is really struggling with his over-the-top move, and it's okay with his irons, but when he gets into the driver, yes, he can have some good days with it, but overall he's going to struggle. He sees a lot of slices and struggles to control the ball flight with the driver. Now, I really think some of the insights that you're going to learn from this lesson on Stuart's swing, this swing fix, is really going to help you fix your over the top as well. So first of all, we're going to be covering why Stuarty comes over the top, and then we're going to look into how we can fix it, and then we're going to give him some drills that are going to really help him fix that over the top. So that's what we're going to be covering in this lesson. Now, before we get into this lesson, and if you're new here to the channel, please consider subscribing. I'm going to be releasing videos like this every single week. And on every video we do like this, I'm going to be leaving a link in the description with over 50 drills that are going to help you fix any issue that you have with your golf swing. So let's get straight into this week's swing fix. Okay, so Stuarty's struggling with over the top. So what we know is that over the top is when we have the club and the hands work this way, which is over the top of where the hands are at the top of the backswing, okay? Underneath would be this way. So he's here and he's coming over the top and he gets into a position like this, and then he has to swing across the golf ball, and that makes it very difficult with the driver to have any sort of control because his path is too far to the left of his target, making it very difficult to control spin, control the start direction. It's just difficult, okay? So we need to fix that over the top. And in Stuarty's case, if we watch how he sets up to the golf ball, we'll see that he is quite squatted with his lower body and his butt's quite far out past his heels. Okay, so this is quite a stabilizing position for the lower body, so it's very hard to get the legs to work correctly. And if we're going to fix this over the top, we are going to need to see the lower body initiate the downswing first. Now, we know that's the fix. However, Stuarty's tried to fix that many times, but he just can't. So we've got to find out why that is. So when we see him in this position, what we're going to see, as he takes the club back, he gets the club up, and at about this point here, he gets the club in quite a nice position. He's got quite good connection with his arms. However, from here then, what Stuarty does is he lets the club continue to go, continue to go, continue to go. The club head then starts to get out past. So as you can see here, the club head actually starts to get here. So I can actually see that out of the corner of my left eye. So the actual weight of that club has gone like this. Okay, so that club's now quite heavy there. So in that position, if that club's quite heavy, I have to then make sure I pull to get that club back. It's going to be very hard from there to start with a transition. I'm going to need to initiate some sort of pull with my arms. So that then would tell us that Stuarty has to initiate his downswing with getting the club back out in front of him. And as we can see, even though he starts to rotate his hips quite well, he has to also pull the club with his arms. And because there's no separation of his lower body and upper body, we see that club getting pulled out in front here, and then it comes across. So what we have to do is figure out how we can make all of this so much better for Stuart so we can get rid of that over the top. So what we'd want to see is that he gets into a posture where his legs are a little straighter. He's more over the golf ball. The legs aren't as bent as you can see. Then from this position, as he starts to take that club back, we need to try and get him into a position where he has a little more hip turn, and therefore then he can turn his body a little better and create a wider arc with his hands, and his arms are nice and straight, so that he can keep this club out here, okay, rather than having it go this way. If he can keep that club here, then he can start to initiate the lower body first, create that dissociation between the lower body and the upper body, because if he doesn't create that dissociation, we are going to see everything go together. If he creates that dissociation, you'll see with the lower body goes first, we keep the chest back. That then allows the upper body to get into this position. Now this is going to also help him hit up on the golf ball a lot more, but it also holds that off. And if you watch from this angle, you'll see that if I do that correctly, look where the club goes. It goes inside, and I'm not even trying to put it there. Okay, then from there, as he continues to rotate the hips, the club's going to come more inside, and then from this position he can release through with that upper body and then the arms. That's going to get rid of that over the top. And that's all good and well saying that, but we need to actually give him a drill that he can use that's going to help him feel that. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is give him the setup drill so that he gets into a better posture with that lower body. So what we're going to do is get him to stand with his feet together, legs straight, back straight, club out in front like this with his arms connected at the armpits, as if the club is coming out of his belt buckle. Then from here, we're going to get him to bend from the hip without bending or rounding his back and without lowering the arms independently. We're going to have him to bend from the hip until he gets into posture, then 2 steps, and then he can soften the knees slightly. Then from this position, we need to teach him to rotate the hip better, create a better stretch, a better coil, so that he can have more width with his hands and arms. So we're going to have him do the half swing drill, which is swinging to here with a good hip turn and keeping the club out here, so you can see the arms completely straight, my left arm's completely straight, and the club's basically coming straight out. If I was to draw a line from my middle of my chest to that club, that's where it is. Okay, so he's in a nice wide position. So I'm going to get him to go to there a couple times. Then from there, we need to see him initiate with the lower body, so that it shallows that club nicely, gets it on the inside, and then swinging through. So he needs to hit a couple of shots like this to start to create that feel. So we're going here, there, perfectly straight. So we're starting to reroute the plane that he's swinging on and also the path through impact. So it's here. And this is going to be a great drill to help him sequence that downswing as well, and also have the hands and the club in a better position in the backswing. So it's wide, dissociate, hit. Okay, that one actually started right. He would struggle very much to start the ball right, as anyone who comes over the top and swings left. Okay, so now we've got Steardy in that setup, and with that feeling of dissociation in the downswing, we can then start to hit some drives. So what we're going to do is come in, do the same setup drill. But remember, because it's driver, it's only a small step with the left foot and a bigger step with the right, so we've got the ball position correct. So he's going to be in this great posture. So again, we're going halfway, and then we're dissociating and hitting. Nice. Halfway, hit. Actually got a nice little draw on that one. T hit the club head. All right, so now that he's worked on that setup and he's worked on that feel, it's time to put some full swings in here. So what we're gonna do is actually have him do a little bit of a routine. So what I want him to do is to stand back from the golf ball, into that setup, take it up to the top, feeling that hip turn, feeling that width, and not letting this club get over here like this in that overswing position. He's here, stop, dissociate, and through. So I really want that downswing to be a nice slow motion feel. That's really going to help him get the feel of that dissociation and transition. So we're wide, dissociate, and through. Once you've done that a few times, then we're into the ball. We're going to give it a lash. Nice little draw on that one. So that's really going to help him figure that out. So I'm going to give you one more drill here as well that's also going to really help with that dissociation feel. So with this drill, we need 2 alignment sticks, or anything that you can put through your belt loops to represent your hip turn, and anything, even a club here, to represent your shoulder turn. So what we're going to do is we're going to get into our posture. We're going to go up to the top of the backswing with good hip turn. This will help us feel that hip turn because we can visually see it now, and also the body turn, the shoulder turn. So from here then, what we want to see, as you look down on this, you can see that there's a gap between the blue stick and the yellow stick. What we're trying to do is make that gap bigger with the yellow stick by having our hips rotate back, keeping the chest and keeping the blue stick where it is. That creates that feel of separation, that feel of dissociation. And then from there we go through, and you'll see that we'll make an X with the sticks here with the blue stick on the camera side. So if we look at it from this angle, here, dissociate, there, here's the X. Great feel for feeling how you should be turning and feeling how you should be separating in the downswing. Separate, there. All right guys, so thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully we're gonna get an update from Steardy very soon that he's no longer over the top and he's no longer hitting those slices, and he's really enjoying hitting his driver. And I would just like to encourage you that if you are new here, to please subscribe to the channel. I'll be putting videos up like this every week, as well as a link in the description of over 50 drills that can help you overcome any swing issue that you're having. So thanks for watching, and I will see you on episode 3 of The Swing Fix. If you would like to feature on The Swing Fix, all you have to do is head over to my Instagram, which is @Alexander_golf1, and DM me your swing there and tag the word Swing Fix, and you'll be featured on The Swing Fix. So I look forward to hearing from you, and I'll see you in the next one.